And before we pick up our story today, I just have a quick announcement to make. Due to COVID-19, we have here at Total Party Guild had to make some adjustments to respect the shelter-in-place orders that we are all living under in these trying times. So because of that, we are no longer allowed to gather at our studio, but each of us is at our home individually recording the next few sessions until the stay-at-home order can be lifted. We here at Total Party Guild will continue to bring awesome stories and fantastic podcasts to all of our listeners, and hope that you will bear with us as we go through this momentous times. Thank you again for your understanding, and remember, party on.
Well, party on.
Last time on Total Party Guild.
Let them know how it really is here.
I will.
Yeah, I don't know if the guild knew quite how bad it was. This is pretty bad.
It does say hobgoblins took over town.
Well, yeah.
It does. Oh, good. So they did get the entire message then.
Hopefully.
That's probably, yeah.
That was like weeks ago.
They only have so many.
We came as fast as we could.
They only have so many high-level members.
I appreciate it. I'm glad that nothing got in your way and you traveled here as quick as possible.
Are we going to be moving slower now from the weight of this guilt?
Welcome, adventurers, to Total Party Guild, your weekly retro wave-inspired 5th edition D&D live play podcast. Today, our adventurers will be joining us.
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Von Onyx, human bard.
Dallin Rowe playing Marin, a drow monk.
Jeremy Blackheart playing Graham O'Rye, a half-elf hexadon.
And Justin Lamb playing Stenel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
I am Sean Rowe, and I'll be your DM for this story arc. And now we will go back to our adventures for our party. When last we left off, our party had made its way to Timatone Village, a village that had been completely captured by a group of hobgoblins. They had found that the village had been reinforced. There was buildings built around the village, keeping the villagers trapped inside. The party ran across a resistance group and learned that a strange old man was seen with the hobgoblins. At the same time, they also discovered on the back of the necks of a couple of the hobgoblins a weird gray-like fungus that was peeled off of them, and it looks like it was growing into their neck. Knowing this, the party began to hunt down a way to get inside the village, but were quickly discovered that they were being hunted as well. Making their way into the forest, they decided to build an ambush to drop on the hobgoblins. And it started to succeed okay when one of the hobgoblins began to yell out, "Parley! Parley!" in common, and then switched to Draconic and other languages. Marin, the monk, being able to speak Draconic, stood up and said that they understand them and asked them why would they wish to parley. And that is when the hobgoblin commander replied that this is a fool's errand. At the very end, we realize that the party is slowly being circled by another group of hobgoblins. And that is where we left off. So there you guys stand in this little clearing, the hobgoblin captain staring you down. Now, what you see is that she's wearing better armor than the rest of the group around her. It is fitted well, and you can see that it's highly polished, and she has this awesome helmet with this cool like red plume that rolls off the top and a little like short red cape that hangs down across her back. And as she just finished speaking, her eyes directly looking at you, Marin, saying that it is a fool's mission.
So by that, what do you... Fool's mission for us or fool's mission for you?
What I mean to say is that taking over this village should have been a quick and accomplished mission. We would have gathered our resources that we needed and left. But instead, we are still here. Months months after we should have left.
Why?
Because Commander Yarok wishes us to remain here. And that is a fool's mission. I no longer believe that it is his decision only.
Well, so tell me about the old man.
You have already heard about him. This strange man was heard to arrive at the village that we were trading in, and he wished to speak to us. We sent out a scouting party and brought him back. And then he spoke directly to Commander Yarok. Almost immediately the next day, we left, marched down to Timaton, captured this village. We've been here ever since.
And I'm assuming that your Captain Yarok intends on staying. What were the human casualties?
When you say human casualties, what do you mean?
I'm assuming this town is human.
They are a small collection of a number of different humanoid creatures, yes.
How many of them were killed in the process of you guys taking them?
My clan quickly dispatched any of the defenders, and the rest we rounded up. It is our plan to bring them back as slaves. Or at least it was our plan. But now we stay here. For no good reason.
Graham, what do you think?
Can we do a mutiny?
Yeah, I translate that back to the Hobgoblin.
Mutiny.
Yeah, so are you suggesting mutiny?
I am suggesting that perhaps our commander has lost his way. Normally, I would challenge him to a duel, but he's become strange and erratic. My name is Captain Agrakul, and you are?
My name is Marin. This is my associate Graham.
Graham the farmer.
Where is Stano right now?
Jewel and Stennel climbed a tree, and Jewel shot the hobgoblin in the back when she was turning around. And they're still up in the tree.
We're like gesturing at each other like, should we stay here? Should we go down? What?
And I'm pointing at the hobgoblins, and then I'm like drawing a line across my neck. Come on. Gonna kill the...
Stennel's
assuming-
finally excited to go and kill some humanoids, huh?
Well, they were the bad guys. Fuck.
Well, and are we close enough to hear what Marin is translating, or are we just like...
Yeah, you guys were up a
Listening to
tree like
Draconic.
right nearby where Graham was, so you can easily hear everything that Marin is saying. And I'm assuming Marin's going to be speaking loud enough that he's not whispering. You guys weren't
No,
that
I think
far up the
Marin
tree,
was
so-
hiding in a bush.
Yeah.
I
Marin was hiding
was-
in a bush behind a horse.
Behind a horse, and like it didn't matter because my mohawk was like standing up, and like they could have seen me anyways.
So
I'm
subtle.
just going to gesture and point to the back of my neck, and then ask through Marin if she has a thing there.
Oh, the
The
back
fungi.
of her neck. Okay, how do I put this delicately?
You ask if she has fungi on her back, and when she says no, you ask if she'd like one.
Oh. Oh.
So I just plainly ask her, have you noticed that your fellow invaders have kind of like a fungus substance on the back of their necks? What about you? Do you have anything on the back of your neck?
We are the Steel Fang clan. We are not invaders. Well, I suppose maybe you'll see it that way. Interesting. No fungus on my neck. Why would you ask?
Because we've run into several of your kind already that have the fungus on their necks, and they came from the Timatone village.
It was the commander of the people that we killed had the patch.
Yeah, we disposed of a scouting party, and the commander had this patch of fungus on the back of his neck.
I'll gently toss the vial towards her feet.
She looks down at the vial and then picks it up and like examines it for a second or so, and then has a very like quizzical look on her face. Go ahead and roll me a insight check.
Are you talking to me or Graham?
Graham.
Nope, just straight 18. Mm-hmm.
A straight 18. You can clearly see that she is very puzzled at what she's looking at. When she's looking at the fungus, it's like the first time she's ever really taken a look at this. And then she looks directly at both of you two and then speaks to Marin. You found this on the lieutenant's neck? Is that what you said? The one leading the patrol?
Yes.
Actually, if we scraped it off, then there's probably some like hobgoblin skin and the fungus growing out of it. So it'd probably be pretty apparent that we weren't lying.
No, she believes you. You can tell by the look on her face that she definitely.
I'm gonna
believes
make
you
my
guys, but-
hand into like a rigid claw with all my fingers like hooked but spread out, and then press it into my forearm so it like indents, and then I'm gonna point to the back of my neck.
Like it was growing into the neck? Is that what you're trying to say?
And then I just say yes through Marin.
Yeah.
That is quite worrisome. The lieutenant was the direct subordinate of Captain Ragok. Captain Ragok and me do not see eye to eye on this either. More and more of my soldiers are beginning to act strangely around that man.
All right. Stenel's gonna like swing down from the tree and like drop to a lower branch and then drop to the ground and like soar out, but just sort of dragging through the dirt. I'm gonna walk up to like Graham and just be like, Are we not killing these guys?
I'll just shrug.
Well, it seems that they are interested in perhaps mutiny, so we could possibly use their help. They know there's like the defenses and the weaknesses and stuff like that. I don't think we should turn down an offer of help if they do offer it.
Stenel stopped listening to you around the word mutiny because his eyes kind of lit up and he got excited again.
Yeah, I guess if we're all exposed, I'm going to also.
The Captain Agricool nods to each one of you. It
I
appears
shrug.
that you look as formidable as I imagined you were after taking out that patrol earlier.
So you saw us take out that patrol.
I did not see your work, but I saw the aftermath
Oh.
of it. Yes.
Okay,
Here is my proposal.
I'm listening.
You lay down your weapons. And me and my squad take you back to the village. We bring you inside, and I have the weapons nearby. And then, perhaps, there is a distraction that is started, and you break free. And in the scuffle, the commander dies.
Insight check.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, 19.
She seems like she's being forthright. You don't feel as if she's attempting to lie to you. The entire time that she's talking to you, she actually like puts her hands out as if she's like a supplicant almost, which is a very like it's not a normal gesture for a hobgoblin of her rank. Like normally she would be a little bit more forceful.
You're talking
But-
about like palms up?
Yeah, palms up, like hands out a little bit, almost as if like she's going to be receiving something put in her hands. So just seeing those gestures and the way she's speaking, you get the sense that she's really trying to convey honesty or truthfulness to you.
When Marin mentions mutiny, Stenel's gonna like just confidently walk up to her and just slap her open palms. Like, yeah. Give you
As
5.
you begin to approach her, the rest of her squad like starts drawing weapons, and the bows begin to pull at you and stuff like that. So
That's cool. I put my weapon away. I sheath the
Alright.
sword, but then I walk up to do the hand slap.
what is this?
I give
I
her a
asked
thumbs
the
up.
same thing.
What was that? Is that the greeting?
Yeah, it's a thing. They do it in East Bank.
That's fantastic. Take a couple
West
steps
Bank.
back, please.
Okay. Here, put your hand up like this.
Take 2 more steps back.
Are you gonna play
before my
patty
people
cake?
Misunderstand.
No. The cool kids do it. It's a street thing.
Her hand drops to her sword. Please take a step back.
Oh no, I took the steps back.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
Oh yeah.
So what do you guys?
No, and then
What do you guys think?
I mime it. You put a hand up and you slap your own hands. Thumbs up. She doesn't understand a word I'm saying.
Not a clue. No, she doesn't get it.
I'll offer a high five when you walk
There we
back.
go. See, Jewel gets it. Psh. Nice crisp high five.
Well, this is going to take a lot of trust on our part to willingly submit to be taken in after murdering a bunch of their comrades.
This could just be a trick.
Yeah.
I mean, we know we're surrounded now. I've heard of their type before. And this isn't normal behavior. And I think it's a good shot of remedying the situation with some backup and figuring out what's going on here.
Well, also, a lot of us need some downtime, but I don't want to necessarily tell our enemy that.
I say it sounds like fun. Let's do it. What are we doing?
Well, that's why I was asking you guys if you were all, fine with giving her your weapons.
I mean, Marin doesn't need weapons, and I'll smite somebody with a rock if I have to.
Very true. Don't you also have Eldritch Blast?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
I have a single shatter left in me. That could fuck somebody up.
All right. So I'll hand over my spear. Kind of hesitantly though. I really like my spear.
The Captain Agricole just waves to one of her nearby subordinates who sheathes his sword and walks up.
Tell him
and
to
takes
take
the
care of
spear.
it.
We will be very careful with all of your weapons.
Yeah, I'll hand over my sword, and then a dark silver bangle appears on my right arm.
Very cool.
I will throw down my rapier and then I'll throw down my rapier and then I'll throw down my crossbow and then I'll pull out my silver dagger and drop it on the ground and say in Dwarvish, "Don't scuff that."
She nods her head and waves, and her people start collecting all the weapons and gear.
We're doing what now?
A hobgoblin approaches you and sticks his hands out.
Whoa.
Don't fuck this up, Stenel.
Wait, sticks his hand out how?
Yeah, he's just sticks his hand out like give me that thing.
Stenel, they're either going to give them back to us on the other side or we're going to take them back. So this is how we get in.
I'm going to give Jewel a look that says, I don't like this, but I trust you. And I'll hand over my longsword. And then I'll hand over the crossbow and the 20 crossbow bolts. And then I'll hand over all 13 of my javelins. And then I'll hand over the 2 hand axes.
So it takes
It's just a small pile of weapons.
Yeah.
It's like disarming Germany.
I don't understand how you maneuver with all of that equipment, Stenel.
Pure rage.
Yeah, I get angry and then I just kind of forget it's there.
So with that, the rest of the hobgoblins begin surrounding you, and you guys start marching back towards the road. So as you're heading back towards the road, the captain's having a real quick conversation with the rest of her hobgoblins and goblin, just letting them know what she's expecting of them. Obviously, she's a commander and issuing orders. They make it back to the road, and you can see that there's a second party of hobgoblins coming. And she turns to her second in command and like makes a real quick gesture, and he runs off to go talk to them. And then she turns and starts marching you guys up the road away from them. Eventually, it doesn't take you too long, but you guys make it back to the village, and she marches you directly towards the front gate, where you can see that there's a tower that is built with 2 archers on top. And as she approaches, she salutes, and they open the gate for you guys.
Hey, Marin.
What?
Marin. Did we get her name? What do we call her? Angry monster lady?
Captain
Yeah,
Agricool?
Agricool. That's right.
Yep.
Oh, she's not that agri-cool. Doesn't know what a high five is.
She's more aggro than cool.
Sounds like her commander's name is Yarick, and she hasn't given me the name of the old man yet.
So Captain Raguk?
Yeah, there's Captain Raguk.
All right, cool. So on my map, I put walls all around it and gates and all that other fun stuff. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not all there. So do you guys see the walls all the way around the village?
No, I see a wall around the garden area.
Okay. Well, imagine that continues and it goes all the way around the village, because I had spent a long time putting it all there. Now it's not there. So that's craziness. And also all of the guards that I had put in this place is gone. But as you guys approach the gate is opened up before you. You walk into Timatone village. So for the first time, you guys get to see the inside of the village. The buildings here are all they're log buildings for the most part, except for one larger building that looks like it's a standard made wooden construction tavern. And it's a 2-story tavern that you guys can see when you walk inside. In the very center of the village is a well, and next to the well is 3 gibbets, and you can see hobgoblins are hanging from the gibbets as they begin walking inside the village. There's the smell of cooking going on. You can see that there's at least 12 or 13 hobgoblins moving about the inside of the village as you guys enter the inside of the area here. The captain continues to march you towards this building over here. It's the northern building. Let's see. There we go. So if you guys can see that ping. So she'll march you right past the gibbets, and you can see that these hobgoblins that are hanging there by their necks, they're rotting, and you can see flies all floating around them.
Over the well is probably a bad idea.
What they do.
Yes, it is one of the reasons why I am not believing in Commander Yarick's decisions anymore. They were punished for merely asking questions, which is not normally something that would affect them. We follow orders, yes, from our commanders, but we can ask questions. That is normal. We're simply wondering why we are waiting around for so long. Why the druid continues whatever he is doing.
Oh, he's a druid.
And that's what he claimed himself to be. And so she marches you up to that building. And as she's going there, she points off to the right. And that is where the commander's quarters are stationed. If you find yourself free, that is where your weapons would be located.
Something smells funky in this town.
So it's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon right now. The sun's beginning to head towards the edge of the mountains. And she looks at you all and says, tomorrow morning, we are to gather in the parade grounds. I expect that whatever happens will happen this evening.
Okay. So if our weapons are going to be in the commander's quarters, uh, well,
We store them in the chest right by the door. Or at least these ones will be stored in the chest right by the door. The chest will be unlocked. A security precaution that we have missed by accident.
Oh no, you should really check those things more often.
Oh man, it sure does suck being a prisoner of hobgoblins. Walking with an exaggerated limp.
So she walks you up to the front door and opens it, and you can see that as soon as she opens it, several other villagers stand up real fast as you guys are led into it. And she goes, "Please, there is food and water on the inside, a place to rest and lay down. I would be prepared for anything to happen. The commander will be back this evening. I will have to report that you are here. He may come and inspect you himself, or he may not. He hasn't seemed to be interested in the villagers except for the ones he takes.
villagers that he takes.
I am his captain, and yet I do not know. He takes them up to the sawmill north of here."
And then Stenel loudly, "You cruel monster, we'll never talk."
And she marches you guys inside the little tavern and nods at you all and closes the door. You can hear it locked from the outside. So the little tavern that you guys enter inside, it is a 2-story building, and you can see that there's several tables and benches and villagers all huddled around. There's a mixture of humans and half-elves and dwarves and one gnome in the background, and all of them look a little bit worse for wear. Their clothing is beginning to see some hard use, as they doesn't look like they've had a chance to wash or clean up. Is cooking in the background from the fireplace, and you can see that there's something like stew that's being cooked on top of the fireplace there. But several of the villagers begin to approach you almost immediately as they see you guys enter the inn. And one of the guys is like, "You from the guild? Did you finally come to save us?"
I put up a hand for him to slap.
He gives you a hearty slap, just like slack.
See, this guy knows what's up. Ow. You're a beefy dude.
He used to run the ironworks over there.
I can tell. I squeeze his muscles.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. We're here to save you. Where's the food?
We have a plan.
He points over and he's like, Yara will get you there. Yara, these are guilds people. They're guilds people. Yeah, they come to help us out. Come to save us. So what's the plan? What do you want us to do? Huh? Did you bring some secret weapons in with you? We can attack these guys.
Well, technically,
no.
Our weapons are in the commander's quarters, but the
My weapon is my mind.
yeah, I don't necessarily need weapons, so and anyways, they're in the commander's quarters, but we have leave to get them. There's going to be a mutiny.
And if there's not a mutiny, there's going to be a hostile takeover.
A mutiny, you say? That's fantastic. When is that going to happen? We're doing this right now?
Did she say tonight or tomorrow night?
Yeah,
tonight.
If something is going to happen, it's going to
afternoon.
be tonight, and it's about 6.
Okay. So for a full long rest, it would have to be midnight. So we're gonna have to go on what we have.
I mean, I think midnight sounds fine.
Yeah, seems to be.
Very true. We could go at midnight. Maybe the commander will be asleep.
Yeah, easier to slit throats when they're sleeping.
Oh, you need a place to rest? Is that what you're saying? No, we got a place to rest. No, we can just bring you upstairs. There's plenty of beds still.
Yeah.
Place has been getting emptier since that old man been taking people.
Details, please.
Yes, all the details.
There's this old man who'd been coming in here with those hobgoblins, and just looks at people and says, "That one." And then the hobgoblins grab him and take him out. And you can see him dragging him through the north gate up towards the sawmill. Ain't sure what he's doing with him. He looks frail as hell, though. Should be able to take that man.
I can stab an old man.
If I can get
Druids.
close to him,
You'll snap him like a Slim Jim.
So while he's talking, I want to poke around and see if there's anything we can use. The first thing I want to do is find a small bucket or empty cask or something, and get some ash from the fireplace, or even just a mug. I also want to see if there's like a broken chair leg or something else I can swing like a club.
So as you start wandering around, you do see that there's like a couple of empty casks, but the casks are really large. So I don't know if you need that size.
Nah, more like a
'cause they
stein.
would- Yeah, and there's a couple of steins. They're all earthenware. It looks like it was something that someone made in nearby pottery or whatnot. So there's plenty of earthenware steins that they have there for you, that you can do that with the ash. While you're investigating, like a younger looking teenager like walks up to you and he's like, "Sir, we've been preparing for this day. Like we can help." And he kind of like brings you aside. He's like, upstairs in the bedrooms, we've broken down several chairs and we've sharpened the ends into stakes. Like we can totally help. Like they're like little mini spears.
oh, I can work with that.
I don't think you should endanger your life, young one.
I mean, just being here is endangering our lives.
Well, if all goes well, then maybe you won't have to put yourself in danger.
We were sent here to try to save you. We took this job. Let us at least try that first.
I mean, yeah, I was just, yeah. And he looks both like nervous and excited and scared and like all the emotions just running across his face. He's like, but yeah, I mean, but if you need us, like we can help out for sure.
You're very brave.
She's right, but don't take any unnecessary risks.
He blushes profusely at Jewel and then kind of like recedes off into the background.
Just fades.
Give him a nosebleed, Joel.
Listen, the most heroic thing that you can do tonight is survive. He's gone.
Wasn't there
gone.
just a dude here?
The other thing I'm kind of interested in looking for is like, you know how they have those like big cooking pot cauldron things, and a lot of them have like a wood topper.
Yes.
The wood topper, can I improvise a shield out of that? If
Sure.
they have one.
Yeah.
Like a
They have one
small
going on
target
right now.
shield.
So yeah, no problem. Got yourself a little tiny improvised wooden shield.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set my stuff aside and then go upstairs and look around.
Right. So if you go to the bottom of the map, there's this little red bar. Do you guys see that red bar?
Yeah.
Okay. You can actually
Yes.
click on that. That's a door. And when you click on it, it opens up level 2.
Oh.
Yeah, you can drag your
Neat.
characters up the stairs and move on to level 2. So that's the upstairs area of the tavern.
Oh, that's very clever. I'm still eating my soup.
I'm just gonna start ransacking
Like
shit
the-
like I own the place.
Yeah, exactly. Like underneath the main bed over here is where they hid all their stuff.
There's a guy in there, and I just walk past him and get under his bed and start pulling stuff out.
And he's like, yeah. Well, a pleasure to meet you. I can help if need be, or I'm just gonna stand aside. I'm just gonna stand over here.
I look at him and nod. What's under that bed?
It's like a couple of blankets that are put to like block the line of sight, but when you pull the blankets over, they've built or they've taken apart multiple chairs. So they have about 8 small shaved ended stakes that you could hold and like stab people with. They have a long stick that someone has affixed like a really heavy metal jug on the end of it that they filled with rocks. So as you shake it around, it's got some weight to it. So it's like a tiny maul.
That's clever.
And then they have a handful of like bar stools with cord wrapped around it that like someone could use as a buckler.
Would it be better to use than the lid?
They're gonna both be about as effective.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Joel?
While Graham is looking around for weapons, Joel's going to kind of follow in his wake and grab a bunch of stuff that looks like I could make my own little drum set, and then I'm going to play songs for the prisoners.
That is really cool. Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Okay.
I'd normally give you advantage because I think it's cool, but it's a disadvantage
fine.
because you're using like non-good equipment, so just a straight roll.
It's fine. It's a 25.
Holy hell.
Yeah. All right. This is probably the best
Damn.
concert you've put on with makeshift equipment for a small group of people. It's like one of those
Awesome.
like intimate, unplugged moments, and it whiles away into the evening time. If anyone had a hope meter, it had just increased from what's going on inside this little village. And it seems like the hobgoblins that are standing guard just leave it be. In fact, if you could look outside, you see one of them like slowly tapping his foot, nodding along to the awesome songs going on there.
Not understanding the lyrics that are like, we're gonna get you out of here. We're gonna kill all these assholes. Hobgoblin's like, yeah, it's catchy.
I don't speak common, but these folks got some good beats. It's all like, fuck the police. Fuck the police.
So as you guys while away the time inside this village here,
Marin is going to be sitting at the bar, just kind of drinking and contemplating, and he's trying to work out kind of a strategy in his mind, and he's gonna check upstairs, and see if anything can be used as a makeshift spear.
okay, so Graham already found the makeshift spears. But while you're sitting at the bar drinking water, which is the only substance that they have available for you at this current time, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. 15. That's it's 15.
All right. So as you're sitting there at the bar and you're drinking your water and just contemplating and staring out the window, you see a hobgoblin face appear in the window nearby the bar, and just like he waves at you real quick and then like gestures for you to come close to it.
Okay. So I do. What's going on?
The commander says that preparations are well in place for this evening time. We should start around 3-4 in the morning before
Okay.
The
I'll
rest of the guards wake up for the
I'll
morning
let Jewel
shift.
know then that she can rest. So So
and then he
so
turns
I
and
go and
walks
tell
off.
Jewel and everybody else that, did he say 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 in the morning?
He said 3 or
He
4.
said 3 or 4 in the morning.
3 or 4 in the morning. So we have time to rest.
Perfect. I feel like for a long rest, you don't technically have to be sleeping. You just have to be like not doing
Yeah.
stuff, like a lot of stuff, right?
Right, correct. You just don't have to do a lot of stuff for 6 to 8 hours, and that will accomplish the long rest. Now, if you don't sleep, then there's a possibility your characters will get tired later on, but that's something else you have to deal with.
That's future us problems.
So you're not sleeping, you're staying awake, but you're getting your long rest in. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, so my plan is if we got in at 6 and we're kind of getting to know everybody, and then I perform for a little bit, and then I'll either take a nap, I'll either take like a 30-minute nap or like a 3-hour nap. But then I'm just going to be like lazing about until I feel rejuvenated, I guess. I'll take a nap, but not a full sleep. I don't know
Okay.
why I distinguish that specifically, but
It's very important. You just take a nap. I got it. And the
I
rest of
don't
the
want
party,
to
you
be
guys
like
are also getting your long rest in. Then I'm
so
assuming.
I only need 4 hours.
elf life.
I'll just take one of the extra beds that's up in that top right upstairs room
Okay.
and just crash.
Same. I'm gonna crash probably in the same room as Mr. Crisp High Five.
All right. And he's pretty happy about
Just-
that.
Just grab a bunk and I'm out, snoring within 60 seconds.
All right. So the rest of you guys wind down your time. You guys go to bed. The sun sets. It gets dark outside. You see that there's a couple of torches that are lit to light up the outside, and then eventually those torches go out as well. And it gets later and later into the evening time. It's around 2:30, 3 o'clock when you suddenly hear a clashing of bells and ringing of noises and
I
stuff
think
like
it's
that from
time to
outside.
go.
What time in the morning is it?
2:33.
Oh, so that's long rest o'clock.
Yeah, so technically you guys have all gone through a long rest. So you can recharge your spell points and all of your hit points and regain half your hit dice.
I'm going to hand Marin the makeshift spear. Same to Stenel.
Hey,
Jewel, do you want one?
A spear?
Yeah, one of the makeshift javelin spear things they had.
I wouldn't know how to use it.
Oh, well, they have that maul thing. Stenel big enough to use that?
You'd be at disadvantage.
I can just take one of the stakes. Yeah.
what about like a cast iron skillet from downstairs?
Oh, fuck.
Something hefty.
Yeah, you can have a cast iron skillet.
Yes.
It's going to also be at disadvantage, but sure.
Why?
Because it's a cast iron skillet.
So
My grandma could wield one of those things. Come on.
She's chased me
Yeah.
around the house with it.
it's good
before.
enough for.
Oh, you know what?
She beat the shit out of Richard with one once.
Yeah, if Tika Whalen can use one.
All right. So my when you said cast iron skillet, for some awful terrible reason, I was imagining a giant iron pot, which are two completely different things. But now it suddenly occurs to me what you're talking about. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm cool with it. It's all good.
Thank you.
Sorry, I have a crazy imagination.
The other thing I want to do is, besides grab whatever makeshift spear and that lid, is I want to take that fireplace ash and I'm going to douse myself in it.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Like completely black out, dirty everything.
Oh, because you want to look really, really dark.
Yes.
Wants to blend in.
Okay. Yep. Done.
And then I'm going to look to the party and just say, I suggest you do the same.
Jewel has a full grimace, like when you had just offered her a handful of worms to eat.
Ew.
My boots, my vest, my hair.
The adventurer's life.
It's like he offered you gum disease.
I look at Marin. Marin has a white mohawk, right?
No, he's got a black mole.
Oh, it's black. Most drow have white hair, so.
Perfect.
Yeah. I have platinum white hair.
Oh, you definitely need it, Jewel.
I grimace and look away, but let you guys pat my hair down with
it's
ash.
It's like giving a dog a bath.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Please no.
And then I'm gonna fill the tankard up one more time with ash, just to have.
Pocket
I like
sand.
your style, Graham.
Yeah, pocket sand.
I got a steak. I got platinum hair. I got tight leather pants. I'm basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Nice.
Oh, they have dogs. Marin, use the ash anyway.
What's that? Use the ash on me anyways?
Yeah, they have dogs. They can smell us. It'll help cover it.
All right, if you insist.
Plus, don't you want to be part of the team?
I am a part of the team. I get paid with you guys.
My team building skill is when I cash my check.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, I'll do
Peer
it.
pressure.
I just dump the tankard all over Marin's shoulders and head.
You get the dry cleaning bill on my my clothes.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. Anita is going to be so pissed.
I mean, Marin's bill I can handle. Jules' bill, maybe not so much.
Jewel has a whole room in her loft devoted to ruined boots.
It's like a museum.
Yeah.
You put little placards.
These are the ones. Yeah. These were lost to the green slimes of Crenshaw.
That's all it took was they just had touched a rat.
Forever unclean.
Just brushed past. You just look super sad. Like, oh, there goes another pair.
You guys can hear the ringing of the bell and the noise that's going on. And when you guys wake up, because you're upstairs and you pop your eyes out the window, one of the houses across the way is on fire.
Oh.
And you can see that there's a bunch of hobgoblins beginning to run towards the fire. And they're beginning to begin to build like a water pail line to start throwing and dousing the fire that's going on across the way. So, what do you guys wish to do?
Didn't they lock the front door?
Try it, but I want to reiterate to the prisoners that that they need to stay here and keep themselves out of danger, and then try the front handle of the door or the back handle or back door.
All right, so which one are you going to try? The back handle or the front handle?
I'll try the back door first.
Okay, so you go up to the back door and you try it, and it opens.
I'll beckon to my party like this one.
Okay. Let's
Start.
go.
And so you guys exit the back of the house. Alrighty, so you guys will be popping up over this way at the very back of the tavern right there. And as you see, when you come out the back, it's really dark back here. You can see around the outside edges of this tavern that there's the beginning to glow, flashy light of the fire that's going across the way there for you. There's two hobgoblins standing guard outside the door, but as you begin to pop your way out, they both nod at you, and then they turn and start moving in opposite directions around the outside of the tavern.
Cool.
There.
Can you indicate which building we have to get to? For which one was the commander's building? Thank you.
Yeah, whoever's indicating that one, that's the correct one.
So did two hobgoblins just go around the outside?
Yeah, of the tavern.
Feel free to cut that. All right. Roll stealth. Let's do a stealth.
You guys are trying to move sneakily?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus
Go ahead and roll stealth, and I'm going to give you advantage because you guys did go ahead and darken yourselves like crazy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder for you guys to be spotted.
Oh, double 15s. So that is an 18 overall.
16.
I also got a 16.
10. I'm sneezing from the I'm stifling sneezes.
All right. So I got a 10, an 18, 16, and a
16. Double 16s.
And a 16.
think they-
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, there were
part,
two
sorry.
16s.
All right. So you guys are moving where you believe to be extremely quietly. There's this little noise in the background of Steno going as he's trying to stifle a sneeze right there. How are you guys proceeding? You guys going to move around to the east or the west of the tavern?
Should we go to the east and try to sneak behind the commander's building? She said they would be just inside in an unlocked trunk, though, right?
Yeah.
But it'd still be best to not
Yep.
be out in the open.
Yeah.
And opposite from the fire. So probably go
And plus,
around
there's
back.
2 guards out front.
Mhm. I would
Okay.
even go as far as to go around that shed that's by the tavern and then go around the wall. Yep.
Yeah, like I'm clicking.
Is there a space back
so
there?
No, the wall is built all the way up against that house right there. So that actually it's like when you guys encountered it earlier, the wall just goes right up to the building, and then the
Oh.
building is being used as a part of the
Sure.
wall.
Yeah. Then I guess just cut in
Makes
front
sense.
of it and across.
So as you guys begin cutting across, you can definitely see that there's this house on fire. There's a ton of hobgoblins all running around it. And they're just beginning now to really form up that chain. You see Commander Raguk, which is this one over here, in the midst of it, beginning to shout and give orders and make sure that she's getting as much attention to her as possible. You see that there's 2 guards in front of the commander's house. They're not moving, but they're also not looking in your direction. They are staring at the fire, and you can see them like whispering to each other.
From back here, are there any like rear entrances? Any unguarded?
There is a rear door back here, and you don't see anybody guarding it.
Can we hop this little garden fence that is on the map and make our way towards the
Yep.
door?
Yep, no problem.
I keep moving the whole map instead of just my character.
So I have Bless, but I can only affect 3 targets, and it lets you add a d4 to attack rolls and saves.
I have Bane, which is the opposite.
Yes.
Blast only lasts for a minute.
Yeah, it
though.
does. That's why I want to cast it as soon as we bust in the door.
Okey-doke.
Just jiggle the handle.
Trying to go as far as targets. I think, Jewel, are you going to be attacking?
I mean, if I have to, yeah. But all I took 2 stakes.
Yeah.
So improvised. Like, what are they? 1d4.
Yeah, you'd probably be better off just using Vicious Mockery.
Yeah.
I'll be attacking.
Yeah, I'll probably.
That's all I've got.
All right, so I'm going to cast Bless right before we go in on Marin, myself, and Stenel.
Okay. So you guys get right up to the door, and
I crack it open.
and you crack it
Yeah.
open. Where you attempt to crack it open as you reach up to the handle and
It's locked. Is there a window next to me?
there is a window next to you. Yes.
I'm gonna pull the window open.
Okay. So you reach up and you grab like the outside edge and you lift it up and it goes nice and loudly. But
Stealth.
looking on the inside of the building, it looks like it's empty.
I'm a slip in through that window.
Okay. So you slip in and slither through the window and then fall on the other side. So everyone outside can hear.
Hey, I didn't even roll for that.
You rolled a 10.
Fuck.
That's consistent. That tracks. I rolled a 10 with advantage.
And then you pop up on the other side. And you're just like waiting for a second or two. Yeah.
I'm doing
But-
like ninja
But
hands.
there's enough noise going around outside that they don't seem to. There's no reaction.
I unlatch the door.
There's a handful of. All right, you unlatch the door. There's a handful of candles that are lit inside here. You can see that you snuck into like a back, what would have been a kitchen area, and then there's a short hallway towards the front door, and there's stairs that lead up towards the top. I do not have a battle map for this.
That's fine. I unlock the back door.
Back door is unlocked.
Come on in, guys. The water's fine.
Yeah, it sounded fine.
All right. Yeah. No, some jackass put like an end table and stuff there. Who does that?
So as you guys begin to sneak into that building, you can hear this booming yell from in front of the building as somebody's yelling in Orchid or Hobgoblin. Goblinoid. He's yelling, and it sounds like it's contradictory orders to what Raguk is commanding. Now there's like a shouting match between two different commanders.
Does that mean that the commander is out of
don't
the
care.
building?
Is there a chest by the door? The front door?
Yeah.
Hang on 2 seconds. Stenel, what was that, Jewel?
I was gonna say, does that mean that there's a commander outside instead of in this building with us?
Oh, that's a good call out. I don't know.
I mean, you do know, but we don't know.
Right. Stenel begins to move towards the front there, and you can see that there's a chest right by the front door, and it is unlocked.
I will take 2 sprinty steps and then like slide on my knees to it and flip it open.
It looks really cool.
Yes.
As you run over, slide your knees over to it, you lift up the box, and there inside is all of your guys' gear.
Yay.
Good.
Awesome.
And as the party begins to gear up for what they believe is going to be a massive combat in front of the village of Timatone, will they be successful in rescuing the villagers of Timatone from this terrible hobgoblin invasion, or will this be the end of the adventurers? Find out next time on Total Party Guild, and remember, party on!
Party on.
And remember, a guild of many defeats more monsters. So join us on our Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
At Total Party
Definitely
Guild.
Send us your dice picks. Or hashtag Topagu. That's TOPAGU.
And you can go to our website, which is totalpartyguild.com, where we have a bunch of information and teasers on how we're going to incorporate more neon into our theme once we get up and running, into the more neon
you
areas.
call it a modest.
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
You call it a modest
It's
website.
a modest
It's so good.
website. It sounds so douchey.
It's a really good website. No, it sounds great.
Follow us, hit us up, rate and review us, because it's so important to get us seen by more people. If we have I feel like it's even one review each one, it's exponential for how well you're doing in the rating system. So
Yeah, we're really just spreading word of mouth right now.
yeah, I mean, we have had 2 total randos join our Facebook group, so hey, shout out to you guys.
And by randos, we mean you guys are the best and so very cool and awesome.
Right.
Great people there.
Well, my mom joined. She thinks we're great. Thanks, Mom. Join us next time.
Party on.